myself from the confines of my father's criminality.
He caused the fire?
Yeah. He
Thank you very much for all of your support, and may God bless you all. I love you. Goodbye.
I believe that I lost a person in my life, but at the same time, I gained a lot of knowledge and a lot of experience. Well, to liberate myself from the confines of my father's criminality.
Really
he is a criminal, and
it was just difficult to face the public.
To free myself of his name
like,
and his legacy, I decided to become my own person through changing my name.
Some lady recognized.
He heard about me, and he had contacted me.
Oh my God, it's the Jackson 5. Where's little Michael? Where's little Michael?
I was not in the hospital at the time. I was in interim, back and forth from surgery. Well, basically, he befriended me.
What happened?
He took me into his life, which is very rare for Michael to do. But he opened up his arms to me and accepted me as a very good friend of his. And throughout the years, he never let me go. Oh, it's a very interesting story, Larry.
You didn't get it from my side.
It was kind of, the visit to his Encino house was very impromptu, and it was kept a secret by my mother.
Thanks.
And I had always been
I don't think how bad
kind of an admirer of his, not a fan per se, but I always loved his music. And my mother surprised me one day and brought me up to Neverland. And I entered an arcade, and there were all these Paul McCartney records all over The Girl Is Mine, and this and that. And I remember sitting down, and at the time my favorite video game,
I would have been happier wearing a mask.
My favorite video game was Pole Position, and I was playing Pole Position, and I felt
how many white people
on my shoulder, and I turned around,
little kids,
and there was Michael.
Now they live there,
and you know what, Larry?
All
at that
day
moment, we embraced,
and the Suntan
Lotion
business is a multi-billion-dollar
throughout our
business.
whole entire friendship.
Nobody says nothing about that.
I believe what people fail to realize is that Michael
they're trying to be other than what they are, but that's okay, I guess.
Throughout the years, I think he was kind of stigmatized by the media.
They lie,
and
they don't want to give me credit for anything. One paper said I had each, because I was growing a little beard, he had each little hair
that wasn't really
into his face with the laser
helpful
in.
to him.
How ignorant is that?
Or to anybody around him. I believe that
fool who wrote
Michael was a great person.
So don't believe that's
he has never hurt a soul.
Don't waste your money on it.
And
because when you're buying it, you're not buying something based on what's true.
For all these years,
not
been a dedicated friend.
Actually,
he did not pay for my medical. My mother had great insurance at the time.
All I said to myself beforehand, I want to write a song with a great bass.
He was there for me whenever I needed to talk to him. He opened up Neverland as a means to get away.
Seemed to get in the way of the music.
He was almost, metaphorically, he was almost like a father that I never had.
Let the music.
These Paul McCartney records all over this, The Girl Is Mine, and this and that. And
Oh my God, it's the Jackson 5. Where's little Michael? Where's little Michael? Oh my God, it's the Jackson 5. Where's little Michael? Where's little Michael?
And, you know, this and that.
No, symbols has nothing to do with that. It's not political, it's not fascist, it's not dogma, it's not, you know, ideology and all of this stuff. It's pure, simple love. You don't see any tanks, you don't see any cannons. It's about love. It's people coming together.
About love. We're going to let everybody watch a bit.
Yeah, but it's art. It's art.
Okay.
The way a director would use a medium to create art.
Myself, from the confines of my father's criminality.
He caused the fire?
Yeah. He is a criminal, and he caused all this. To free myself of his name and his legacy, I decided to become my own person through changing my name.
Because I'm not a racist person. I could never be a racist. I love all races of people, from Arabs to Jewish people, like I said before, to blacks. But when I say Jew me, sue me, everybody do me, kick me, kike me, don't you black or white me, I'm talking about myself as the victim. You know, my accountants and lawyers are Jewish. My 3 best friends are Jewish. David Geffen, Jeffrey Katzenberg, Steven Spielberg, Mike Milken. These are friends of mine. They're all Jewish. So how does that make sense? I was raised in a Jewish community.
I want to ask you.
He heard about me, and he had contacted me and wanted to meet me.
How old were you at the time?
I was about 7 years old at the time.
And were you in the hospital?
I was not in the hospital at the time. I was in interim back and forth from surgery.
And what did he do for you?
Well, basically, he befriended me. He took me into his life, which is very rare for Michael to do. But he opened up his arms to me and accepted me as a very good friend of his. And throughout the years, he never let me go.
Of course. And she told me she was honored to meet me.
But he opened up his arms to me and accepted me as a very good friend of his. And throughout the years, he never let me go.
Of course. And she told me she was honored to meet me. And I said, it's an honor to meet you.
How did you hear about her death?
I woke up and my doctor gave me the news, and I fell back down.
Yeah, we're going to be showing you a close-up of that. That is Forrest Lawn. Were you surprised, Dave, to hear from him when you were 7?
Oh, it's a very interesting story, Larry. It was kind of, the visit to his Encino house was very impromptu, and it was kept a secret by my mother. And I had always been...
grief, and I started to cry. And so the pain, I felt inner pain. It was pain in my stomach and in my chest. So I said, I cannot handle this. It's too much. Just the message and the fact that I knew her personally. Then on top of that one, I said, there's another one. Real soon, I feel it coming. There's another one. It's another one coming, and I pray it's not me. Please don't let it be me, the Mother Teresa.
Kind of a admirer of his, not a fan per se, but I always loved his music. And my mother surprised me one day and brought me up to Neverland. And I entered an arcade, and there were all these Paul McCartney records all over this, The Girl Is Mine, and, you know, this and that. And I remember sitting down, and at the time, my favorite video game was Pole Position. And I was playing Pole Position, and I
Okay.
Are you psychic? Is that what you're saying?
I don't want to say that, but I've done it before.
And you thought it might be you?
Yes. I've been living in that kind of life all my life. The tabloid press, that kind of press, not the press, the tabloid, the paparazzi, that type. I've been running for my life like that, hiding, getting away. You can't go that way because they're over there. And well, let's go this way. Pretend we're going that way, and we'll go that way. Somebody said, hold on.
And I turned
Stop.
around.
This person deserves their privacy.
And you know what, Larry?
To go there.
At that moment, we embraced, and that embrace never ended throughout our whole entire friendship.
Dave, what don't we know about him we should know?
Well, was a human being. Throughout the years, I think he was kind of stigmatized by the media, and I believe that was...
Oh my God! They've done that. Down, I jump in.
That wasn't really helpful to him.
I've done that many times.
Or to anybody around him.
So he jumps out
I
of the car
believe that
and yells at
Michael was a great person.
You being a father?
I love
He has never hurt a
Are you very
soul.
involved with him?
And
Do you want more
I am
children?
happy to have been his friend for all these years and been a dedicated friend.
Mika, how do you...
He did not pay for my medical. My mother had great insurance at the time.
What did he do?
Michael
By the way,
offered
does
a
he show any
lot
talent
of
at 9 months?
emotional support for me. He was
Well,
there for
I'll
me
tell you
whenever
this,
I needed to talk to him. He opened up Neverland to me as a means to get away.
I'm crying.
He
You have to do one thing.
he was metaphorically, he was almost like a father that I never had.
Crying. Yeah, I do all kind of move. You move, and then he stops crying.
All these Paul McCartney records, all over this, The Girl Is Mine, and this and that. And I remember sitting down.
You stopped crying? You must do a lot of dancing.
And I felt
I do a lot of dancing, yeah.
And
Michael, what this little boy says.
And there was Michael.
Daddy?
Hold it right there.
And you
I
know
want
what,
to go on
Larry?
the stage.
At that moment, we embraced,
After what you've
and
been
that
through?
embrace never ended throughout our whole entire friendship.
Dave, what don't we know about him we should know?
Hold on.
I believe what people fail to realize is that Michael was a human being.
You lay it all out.
Throughout the years,
all out.
he was
You're
kind
gonna
of
get all this,
stigmatized by the media,
and all of this.
and
You ready to do that?
I believe that was
Yeah, I can't wait. Go and do it better than I did it.
that wasn't really. And I felt a little tap on my shoulder, and I turned around, and there was Michael.
Very kind, very loving, very sweet.
And I felt a little tap on my shoulder, and I turned around, and there was Michael.
Very kind, very loving, very sweet.
What's up, motherfuckers? It's B Double D. I'm about to drop some records here on YouTube. Y'all be recognizing, cause I'll be socializing with y'all motherfuckers. Double D on the streets.
Caused all this to free myself of his name and his legacy. I decided to become my own person through changing my name. He heard about me, and he had contacted me.
What's up, motherfuckers? It's B Double D. I'm about to drop some records here on YouTube. Y'all be recognizing, cause I'll be socializing with y'all motherfuckers. Double D on the streets.
To his Encino house.
I think I was at the Encino house.
To his Encino house.
I think I was at the Encino house.
To his Encino house.
I think I was at the Encino house.
Encino house.
Encino house.
Encino house. Encino house. Encino house. Encino house. Encino house. Encino house. Encino house. Encino house. Myself from the confines of my father's criminality.
He caused the fire?
Yeah. He to his Encino house.
I think I was at the Encino house.
To his Encino house.
I think I was at the Encino house.
To his Encino house.
I think I was at the Encino house.
Encino house.
The Encino house.
Encino house.
The Encino
Is that
house.
as good as it gets as a performer?
Gee, if I say no, I'll sound arrogant. I don't think I'm ever pleased with my performance.